Hey everybody, this is RL Raiders and today I am bringing you part 2 of my freestyle tutorial. Now part 1 got a lot of love but also got a lot of hate because I tried a live commentary tutorial and for some people this was just a bit too long, so I've edited the video. Hopefully you like it and like my editing skills because it is not the best. And here we go. And the first thing we're going to talk about is car choice. Car choice is completely up to the player. It doesn't matter what car you use. Most top players, maybe like superstar level players, will often use Dominus or Octane for their aerials and their freestyling. Mainly because those are the two most powerful cars. Octane is a really good all-around car and Dominus is just the aerial powerhouse. I mean, it seems as if it has the most power in the game. Now onto camera and controls, and both of these were requested by some of you in the comments. And with camera, it's completely up to the player. I mean, it doesn't matter what settings you have, as long as you like it and you can do your best with that setting, it's perfect for you. I would recommend putting hold ball camera as it's essential you see the ball when freestyling. Now with controls, this was also widely debated in the comment section, and a lot of people said they couldn't press square, X and circle at the same time, and I realized that too. Like, it would hinder my performance. I wouldn't get to the ball fast enough. So what I recommend trying is using L1 as air roll, because it frees up your thumb to do less work. So it's sort of as if you can do things faster. You can hold the ball camera and hold L1 at the same time to do your air roll. And I've also tried changing my boost to R1 so that my thumb only holds triangle at the same time I am tapping X to jump. And this has worked perfectly. It took a few days for me to try and get it right and do well with it, but it has worked. You can see that with the previous control settings, my thumb was over all four and I found it really difficult. Now onto practicing, and the best place to practice at the start is in free play. Now I've talked about this in my previous video quite a bit, but I'll talk about a few things I may have missed out on. Now, of course, if you're going to freestyle, you need to know how to aerial normally. Simple as. But there are quite a lot of other things going into the freestyle, and one of them is your starting jump. Now normally most players will jump first or double jump and then boost. That's actually pretty slow. Now the best way you want to jump is by jumping, looking up and boosting at the same time. This will get you up in the air faster and give you the advantage of getting to the ball first when doing your freestyle. And now for the spin itself. Now regarding the spin itself, once you've got your starting jump, what you want to do is hold your arrow button, whether that be square, L1, R1, whatever you change it to. Hold your hold ball camera, and that preferably should be triangle. And then what you want to do with your left analog stick is after you jump and you boost, you want to hold your left analog stick to around 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And think of it as in an analog clock where it's going to the bottom left. Now you can spin the other way, but for some reason, as a habit, I've automatically gone to spinning on the bottom left. So once you do that, it's important you control your boost, because if you don't control your boost, you'll simply go away from the ball. As you can see there, and hopefully from the replay, you'll see exactly when I boost. I will always boost when my car is facing forward and up. Never boost while your car is facing down unless you're redirecting to hit the ball. Once you've mastered the spinning technique on free play, you want to go into Aerial Pro, and once again you'll see what times I will boost, mainly when I'm facing up, and then you see there I will redirect my car and boost to the ball. Now a freestyle does not mean you just do the spin and you hit the ball. It's redirecting your car, maybe if you lose control of the spin, or even when you're in control of the spin. It's redirecting your car with different techniques, using your analog stick and your arrow button, and just scoring the goal. Now once you learn how to hit the ball in Pro, what I'd recommend is going on to Aerial All-Star training, but instead of trying to hit the ball in the goal, I'd recommend just hitting the ball downwards or a bit to the front. And why I recommend this is because 9 times out of 10 when you're freestyling online, the goal is going to be right in front of you. You're not going to freestyle from the halfway line. It's also important to know that when you freestyle, it will not directly lead to a goal, but you can follow up the shot and score. Now onto freestyling online. I wouldn't really recommend freestyling on ranked. But also, what is a freestyle? And the question about that is, you don't need to do all these crazy spins. A freestyle can simply be 1 spin, 2 spin. There's nothing really defined, no amount of spins that is defined for freestyling. As you can see here, this is a goal by 396. You see how he only does like 2 or 3 spins, but they help redirect him. And another important skill, or a really hard skill you might want to learn, is air dribbling. Now I personally can't do this, so this is 396 doing it, and I'm there at the bottom. As you can see, he's dribbling the ball in the air by controlling his car, moving his car with the air roll button, and just sticking to the ball. Now that's a skill I'll talk about another time, but for now it's all about freestyling when you're in a game. Now I would highly recommend that you just go on to unranked and freestyle, because generally when you're playing unranked you get easier opponents, and if you're one of those people going for sick montages with sick freestyles, that's where I'd recommend you to go. And also, the win isn't that important, so grab a bunch of friends and just try and set each other up and freestyle. Now if you're one of those people that wants to go for lavish goals on ranked, I'd recommend again you play with a friend, because if you miss a freestyle or if you just flop or do it uselessly, then your opponents are going to get pretty aggravated, and your partner as well. So if you're playing 2s or 3s and you're playing with randoms, it's pretty annoying if you see your partner going up for a freestyle and just, you know, flopping. And eventually, if you do get a loss, then you may not care about your points, but other people do, and so it's not really fair on them if you're causing them to lose at their ranks.